What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat. We're here at the Nerd Castle, and we are playing Mountain Blade Warband. In the last episode, we had gone to war with Vaegirs, and we had been fighting off some of their outriders, some of those little forces that were coming in from the north, sort of trickling through with the intent of probably burning down some villages or causing some general mayhem. Now that we've handled that issue, I don't really know how I want to engage myself for the remainder of this campaign, but what I will say is that morale is pretty low right now in our group, so we need to go find ourselves a battle to get into. Let's go pick a fight and see if we can't get away with smiting some fools. Let's see, we've got a little group of deserters over here that we could totally take out and steal all of their cupcakes. Because, you know, deserters, they don't have two S's, but whatever, it was a bad joke, but I was trying my best, you guys. I was trying to open strong, but, you know, you do what you gotta do. Let's beat these guys up because it's basically free morale. That's how things worked in medieval times. Like, if you were feeling down, you were just, like, allowed to beat people up. That was that was just, like, an understated but understood fact of life. Is that if you were just in a bad mood, just walking down the road, you're like, well, there's a peasant, beat, 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 and then you felt better about yourself. I don't know why that was. It just is what it is. We're probably going to lose some guys to these are skirmishers right here, which means they're going to throw a ton of javelins at us the second we come over this hill. But hopefully we can get in here and slay at least a few of them before things get too rowdy. Nah, you're not going to shoot me with an arrow, man. You can try, but I don't think you were skilled enough. You got to squeeze it off a little bit quicker. You know, you get caught slipping on the battlefield, and that's that. Did I kill that guy? No, I just knocked him down. I put his face in Zemmood. That's fine then. Whatever, you know. I'll go for embarrassing the enemy if I can't slay them. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. Things get a little murky when it comes to... Oh, God, he just tried to spear me. It's okay, though. It's okay. We're not going to let any Bill Goldberging happen up in here. Not at all. This guy's being chased off the field right now by a horde of units who don't know better. Like, they should know at this point they should more than likely be running away. Decision-making time, guys. When surrounded by multiple horsemen and outnumbered, should you A, hold your ground and get beat to death with a pointy mace with a peach on the end, or B, run the hell away and just hope you make it to the edge of the map where you disintegrate into nothingness. He's like, I don't like either of those options. We lost Matheld. Oh, come on, Matheld. You are my hero, and you're just letting me down right now. I'm disappointed with you. Very disappointed. A Khergit veteran horse archer. That makes sense. We got 7 skirmishers to sell off after the battle, so that'll work out for giving us a little bit of extra cash. Nomad sabres and all that fun stuff. I don't know if you guys watched The Office or not, but I just watched it back through, and so I figured I'd say saber is sabre because it's slightly humorous mispronouncing things. That'll give us... How did that do for our morale? Yeah, that gave us 3 morale. Bringing it down. I think we should probably start beating up some caravans, too. Let's jump this caravan. And I'm going to take all of their loot and their valuables because we really, really, really need the morale. And this is just going to reset itself after the war. So any negative that you take with your faction reputation is going to even itself out after the war ends anyways. So don't stress about it. I'm going to have my cavalry follow me, but everybody else is going to set up in a line right over there in front of the trees. We've got a rather large hill in front of us, and I would prefer not to travel blindly into the face of the foe. I'm going to tell... Ooh, they're all coming after me. Okay, well, let's get all the cavalry going then, since they've all decided to divert to the left and come after us. We're going to have a big old horsey blob over here, so I'm going to send in the infantry, and they're just going to kind of move their way, limp their way over here. I don't know if they're wounded from the last battle. I don't think they are, because we didn't take many casualties, so anybody that says they're wounded is more than... Oh, hey, none of that. None of that. I will not be taking any contusions today, and I will definitely not be being penetrated. I am not in the mood. I've got a headache, so stop. Stop right now. This guy right here has got victim written on the back of his head. I couldn't see the front of his head, so I was going to say he had victim written on his forehead, but seeing as his forehead was not accessible to my ocular vision, as if there was any other kind of vision, that would be pretty badass, though, if you could, like, see out of your nipples or something. Like, if there were other types of vision, I feel like the world would be a more unique place. Oh, and that guy got his shield up in time. That guy did not. The former was definitely luckier than the latter. God, I was about to make a terrible, terrible joke about, like, climbing ladders right there. That would be an interesting idea. I always get ideas for, like, these little sketch cartoons that I want to do, and then I just never end up doing them because I have no artistic skill. I think I'm the only person... I tried to go to an art school when I first got out of high school, and I was like, I'm going to go to art college because I wanted to make video games, right? And I was really stoked. I wanted to make the art, like the CGI for video games. And then I got there, and they gave me not a driving test. That's not what colleges give you. Art colleges do not give you a driving test, although they probably should, considering the driving I've seen on campus. But as I was saying, they gave me an art test, and they go, Well, they come back in the room, and they put me in this little room with an orange and a lamp, and they're like, draw this. And I'm like, all right, so I draw like a circle, you know, and I make like a little stick lamp, and I'm like, yeah, that is perfectly, because my art when I draw is like super, I'm terrible at drawing, and I realize I'm terrible at drawing, so I usually just go for like stick stuff. I don't really go for like chiaroscuro shading or any of that goofy shit. I just kind of like draw what I see there, and then I give it back to the teacher, and he sits there for a minute, and he just looks at it. I'm like, oh, I'm boned. You could tell just by the look on his face that like things had just gotten real. Oh, let's jump in on this battle. But anyways, you could tell that like shit got real. Like helicopters were flying overhead, and I could tell that at any moment my dreams were going to be dashed here. And he was like, yeah, we'll get back to you. And so I got home, and like 2 weeks later, they sent me like this really flowery letter that essentially said like, when it comes to being an artist, you're dysfunctional in some way, and so you cannot join us to make CG art, and thus my dreams were dashed. But I don't think about it too much anymore, because now I'm on YouTube and I'm happier. Things are cool because I play video games now. I don't have to design them. I just get to like half-assedly critique other people, maybe. I don't know. I always think it's goofy that like people that are allowed to critique other people, at no point is like a critic ever required to show his credentials for being a critic. It's just like, as long as you can make funny lines and be sarcastic and ironic about things, everybody takes you seriously. I've always found that funny about the critical community. I'm talking a lot in this episode simply because my jaw sort of hurts. Like, I've still got that jaw clenching problem in my sleep, and I should probably figure out a way to fix that. Google is a wondrous thing, but I've been lazy lately. And talking keeps my mind off of it, which is sort of like backwards. You would think that talking would make it worse, and thus I would no longer... Oh, that guy got hit with an arrow right. Ooh, that was a pretty good shot. He's got an arrow squarely out of the back center of his head. Like, is a perfectly... It's going straight through the origin. Very, very nice. Whoever shot that shot, purely an archer mathematician. A mathematical archer. There we go. I had to roll that one around backwards to make it work properly. The Serenid Sultanate is now happy because we've saved a couple people from some stuff. We're going to take some captives that we can sell off later. And some leather gloves that I might be able to allocate to somebody in our group properly. Oh, we're out of food. We've only got some sausages and some grain left. I should think about ways to remedy this. He's going to run back to his castle. There's a bunch of people inside. King Harlaus is over there. Let's go up to... I was going to say, let's go to Sargoth and see if we can't help out with some of this somehow, but... Oh, God. They tried to roll out hard on me. I decided in the wrong moment to come up out of the castle. Oh, no. Well, then, it's 101 versus 129. We'll probably be okay. And we needed a bigger battle for this episode anyways. I'm going to have everybody follow me for a minute. I'm going to figure out some positioning here, because since we're outnumbered, I would like to have the superior positione. I think archers I'm going to place like right now. Oh, they're coming around this way. We have to take this hill then. This hill is now our hill, and we shall spend it on intoxicating substances. This is the hill that I want, since Vaegirs tends to run a lot of nasty cav. I'm going to go over here with my infantry, and maybe keep the archers off this way slightly. Cavalry are going to come around with me this way. We're going to see if we can do some diversionary tactics here and maybe split the force in two, since we are going to have to go through multiple waves of fighting in order to get this one done. I'm going to collapse the infantry. They do have marksmen, but we've got a lot of heavy infantry, so I think we should be alright with regards to whatever they're going to bring at us. I'm glad that we took the hill before they did, because had we not done that, their cavalry were going to have a severe, severe advantage over us. It was going to be really, really ugly. So we've done just what I intended to do. We broke off a couple of their units on the side. You never want to get your unit broke off. I broke off my unit once, and now I'm forced to file different tax returns. Ooh, we're already losing guys. That's bad. That's really bad. I'm going to get up in here and see if I can't protect some of our archers, who I think are being run up on very, very nastily. Yeah, they've got a bunch of knights in here. Let me see if I can help out a smidge. I can't afford to be losing sharpshooters right now. We should have this battle no problem, but I really, really, really want to limit the casualties, because we were just now, in the last episode I was talking about this, we're just now getting to the point where we've got enough units that are high tiered where we don't really need to worry about anything on the battlefield. Like at this point we could take out kings and whatnot depending on their deployment. Oh, wow, that was a little bit of a shady lance, but you know, sometimes you don't fight people front to front. It's all good. Ooh, I swung a little early right there and I'm embarrassed with myself. Swung early right there, too. I don't know what's going on. You can tell I haven't played in a couple days. Ooh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Bad things are happening. Maneuver! Maneuver! At this point, I think I'm going to have the cavalry follow me since I think they're getting a little bit out of bounds. And then let's have infantry regather right there, just so they're not all over the place. I mean, they're... Oh, that running javelin right there, that riding javelin. That would have been a pretty talented shot. I would have been impressed. I would have written a letter of recommendation for that guy had he been on my side. When was the last time you signed up for a job that required javelining skills? That seems like one of those things I wouldn't bring up in a job interview, even if I was like a world-class javelin thrower. Just wouldn't bring it up. The applicable, the things that you can apply javelin skills to are almost overwhelmingly either violent or Olympian, and that's a 50-50 that I'm not willing to take. Get that guy off his horse at least. I'm gonna let the infantry have their way now. I need to bring the archers up to there so that they can take a shot at oncoming people. Taking a look around this disarray battlefield here. Oh, God. Alright, so my cavalry are now going to be a problem, so I'm gonna let them loose. Oh, I got hit with a javelin. Where did that come from? Oh, never mind. It wasn't a javelin. It was a... Yeah, we gained 24 morale. I was gonna say there's no way we lost that battle. That was going overwhelmingly well in our favor. I suppose you could make that easier by just saying overwhelmingly, but then changing the whelm to just like a well with 2 L's. Overwhelmingly. And then you could just like leave it, you could leave the going well on it afterwards. I feel as though my horse is crippled right now. He's not moving very well. If I have to spend money patching up another hoofed animal here. God, I spend so much money fixing horses in this game. Need a horse mechanic. Somebody to just fix your horse up better. Although I think if you've got a surgeon in your group, I remember reading something about that, like if you have wound treatment or surgery in your group, there's a chance your horses will recover after a little while. I don't remember. I think you have to put them in your inventory, though, and ride around for a bit. I distinctly remember reading something like that, but I don't know if it's one of those stand in the corner and press down, down, up, up, and then jump, and like you'll go to a secret level type rumors, or if that's a real thing. So I'm not going to quote it too heavily. How did everybody get away? Yeah, you're my prisoner now, Drooly. But try not to drool on things. I know there's a reason they call you Boyar Drooly. Believe you me. There's gotta be, you don't get that name just by happenstance and accidents. Let's grab all their gear, because as always, we're gonna have to allocate this to make a little bit of cash. I'm gonna try and back off because, oh God. I was gonna say, if they come from all directions right now, I'm gonna be in a piss-poor situation. We need to find a fallback point now. Let me stop and think about where I want to go. I really wanted to get over to Tyr, but unfortunately that's not going to be an option, so I may re-divert everybody to Vercheg. We'll sell off this loot. We'll try and find ourselves a ransom broker so that we can make some extra cash, and then we'll rejoin the fight. We lost a lot of sharpshooters in that last battle. We also lost some Huskarls. Disappointed. Really, really disappointed with our situation right now. I feel like we lost way too many troops in that battle. Then again, he may have been fielding a lot more... They're next to top tier. He may have been fielding more marksmen than I thought he would too. I couldn't remember the name of marksman for some reason right there. You ever have that happen where it's like a really obvious word that you can't remember? It's like the word bellows, and you've been talking about blacksmithing for like the last 20 minutes with a friend, and then for some reason you just feel like you look like a total idiot because you can't remember what those big swooshy things are called that you put your weight on, and they make the fire get bigger. They make the fire strong. Fuerte. Let's go... God. Well, let's regroup a little bit. I mean, we definitely need to get ourselves back in order here. We've had our hair tousled a bit, and not in the good way. Let's sell off these goods, because we definitely need to get ourselves some more food. Our food supply is uniform and also unappealing at the moment. There's some free hunters in there. Yep, they lamed my warhorse. Well, I may ride a normal hunter into battle for the next few and see if that rumor comes true. Heavy crossbow I wanted to keep. We'll sell off one of the grains because we have way too much grain right now anyways. Okay, so we've sold off 1,500 dinars worth of goodies. I'm going to try and get everything that's different from here, because food is always really, really cheap in Vercheg. Any seaside nation, actually, any seaside capital, that is, any large city that's next to a seaside always seems to have a ton of food, which is weird because you can't water fields with seawater, but maybe they're good at desalination here. I would expect that the fish would be cheap, but everything else, I don't know. Then again, maybe it's mozzarella cheese, because I know you have to give that a saltwater bath when you make it. I love mozzarella, by the way. It's such a great cheese. Of all the cheeses, it's one of my favorites. I don't know if that discussion is too nerdy, sitting around talking about the cheeses you like, but whatever. Let's go to the tavern for now, and we'll see if we can find ourselves a ransom broker. There's a lion. Maybe there'll be somebody upstairs that can help us. Nope, not a soul. Let's head back to our own territory then. And we'll sell off the remainder. We'll also do a bit of recruitment, see if we can't get some more Mamluks into the battle. Or maybe we'll hit up Rodoks again and see if we can't get some Rodok sergeants and some Rodok sharpshooters. I don't know. The Mamluk guards, the Serenade guards just don't seem to be doing it for me right now. They're okay. Like, I like how their axes are able to bust through shields, which makes them nice for sieges. But in open field battles, that leaves them really susceptible to being arrowed across the brow. We can sell Gunder for 1,900 dinars, so we'll sell Gunder right now. Let's go to Suno as we go through. We want to hit every single capital we can when trying to get rid of these ransomed guys, so I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. I could ride my way to the tavern, but I'm not sure where it is. Yeah, let's recruit some mercenary swordsmen. Why not? We'll grab them, and then we'll try and level them up to hired blades. Seems like a cool plan. We'll fill in our force with mercenaries if we can. We got loads and loads of cash anyway, so who cares? It'll all be good in the hood. Watchmen, Wandering Scalds, and the ransom broker we've been looking for. Now then, we've got 10 skirmishers, so it's 960 dinars right there that we're going to make. We've also, oh, they're all worth 96. Well then, we can sell off some of these traitorous horsemen and 2 of those warriors, and it didn't do us too well. I mean, we made a couple thousand right there. I think we made about 2,500 or so from that group. I wasn't really paying attention to the numbers, but just doing some quick back-of-the-envelope math in my head, a couple hundreds in there and then a bunch of 90s. Should be around there. We've got Drooly left, so hopefully they'll buy him back for a reasonable cost, like 2,000, 3,000 dinars, and then we could track down another location to bury the hatchet or put down another profitable enterprise in. We need to do some upgrades, especially since we have a Sword Sister ready to go, and the Sword Sisters are no joke. They always seem to be lackluster when they're in tournaments, but when they're riding around on the battlefield, God, those ladies hurt. They are ladies with some serious pain to dispense, a chip on their shoulder, much like a poorly designed robot, or a robot that just has an actuator in its shoulder that requires a chip to designate when it turns. 25 forest bandits right there. How we doing on morale? 72 morale. Okay, I was worried because before I play every episode, I take a look through all of my reports and everything just to make sure that I have stuff to talk about, and morale was one of those random things that was really, really low at the beginning of this episode. We were at like 29 or 39 morale. It was ugly. I was afraid we were going to have a bunch of deserters. Let's go through here and Serenade Archer. Sure, why not? I don't even know why you're in my group, but apparently you are. We'll get another veteran there. Upgrade him to a sharpshooter. Do I have any Nords left, though? We only have 1 Nord. I feel like all of my Nord footmen get wiped out every single battle. Let's go back up to Nordic territory and recruit some of them. Then we'll go back down to the Serenade lands and see if anything's going on there. We're getting kind of expensive right now. I'm waiting for that text to go away so I can actually read what's going on here. Our party is really, really expensive, which is a testament to the high-tier nature of our group. We could definitely be using some Johnsons and Johnsons, but, oh, Rodox is back. Well then, we're going to have to retreat to our own territory. They want Drooly for 1,200. Not the amount that I was hoping for, but it's something. So at least we got paid out before the war ends. Let's recruit some volunteers. So we got 3 from right there. We need to go to Ritzi, see if we can grab a couple guys. 2 more. Damn, I was hoping to get like a 7 and a 7. That's what I was really, really hoping for. Okay, we got a 3, and we'll go to Kaloum. We'll go all the way around the peninsula here, and then we'll make our way back. So we made peace with Vaegirs, which is pretty much what we were going to have to do, based on the fact that Vaegirs is really able to rotate and put a lot of forces to bear, depending on the situation. And now that they're tied up with Swadia, I don't think they were really a problem anyways. So let's turn all of our attention now. What are we looking at? 104? Is that the best I can do? 104. Okay, good. Let's head on out. And of course, our morale is going to suffer a little bit. We just passed a day, so we need to upgrade these guys. I would like them to be at like the 3rd tier before we get all the way down there. every single one of these 15 at least be at trained footmen so that they have burnies on. Take a little bit less damage from anybody that might be trying to hurt them, cut them, scar them, or otherwise bruise them. And that should be that. We've done another training day. One guy ready to be a Mameluke. 2 more sharpshooters. I am glad that we can hit top tier just based off our own training skill now. I'll probably put another point into it as we level up just to make sure that we can train troops really, really quickly if need be. But up until then, okay, so there's Delinard. Ghoulie wants us to come with 20 troops, and I'm going to do my best. We've kind of skunked our way through the last campaign, and I'd like to be part of whatever they're trying to do. He's close to Zagoosh. Where is Zagoosh? It's over there. Okay, so they may be gathering. Uhun is being raided. Okay, so that means the castle is probably up next. Let's get over here, and we're going to reinforce. We have to go this direction anyway, so let's see if maybe we can help out with Uhun. We've got Turigor over here. What's he rocking? Absolutely nothing. Turigor has victim written all over him, so let's get on in here. I'm going to upgrade the remainder of these troops. We've only got 1 recruit that's going to be going in. We'll see if we can deploy him last, and let's fight Turigor. He just tried to raid the... Or tried it? Oh my god. What was that? Tried it? Archers are going to go right there. Infantry going to go right there. Cavalry going to be with me, so let's go over on this side. We'll sort of stand off, and we're going to go down the hill the second they get within range. It looks like about half of them are going to break off anyways. I didn't see a lot of ranged troops in his composition. Let's move people around a bit further. Some of the things that I would really love to see, and I know I got silent there for a minute, I was just thinking, just having a good solid thunk deep down in my head thoughts. But anyways, I was thinking about this, and things I would love to see in Bannerlord are like some of the formations and things that are implemented in a lot of the mods. The things that make the AI a bit more aggressive instead of just doing this nasty wheeling strategy that they always try and do. That is a lot of arrows flying around. We could probably take the field fairly easily right now if we wanted to. I'm going to swing around the front right now. Just to sort of... We've got archers in our cavalry, so they can take some freebie shots. And if we can get around behind them, we may be able to do some real damage here just with our archers. Because either it's going to turn them to those archers or it's going to turn them to these archers. Which is something that I was thinking about last night. In fact, I had a dream about it. Well, I had 2 dreams last night. The first was about doing this, what I'm doing right now, and turning their shields backwards. And the second was about missing the first day of school, which is always a horrible dream. Oh my god, it worked. That's amazing. What a bunch of douchebags. Okay, archers, let's get the hell out of here. Now that we've broken up that formation, we don't want to stay in battle. We just want to disrupt them. That's all we care about. Where is everybody? I need everybody to light up their banners right now and make sure that they're with us. It looks like everybody made it out of the melee right there. So let's fall back in this way, and I'm going to circle, and as soon as I get clear, we're going to signal another charge. We are up against Nord, so we want to be careful about engaging in any form of melee combat, even if we're on a horse or whatever. Okay, now that we've got them pincered, I'm going to send in the remainder of my infantry, and they're going to be facing in 2 directions now, which is going to put them at a huge loss when it comes to both taking arrows and taking swords. Oh, hey, hey, hey. What are you doing there, pal? As much as I enjoy opportunists in my midst, I'm gonna have to remove them like a bearded tumor. I help out my horseman here because he doesn't look like he's gonna make it. Unless everybody else gets in my way. Thus far, it only appears as though we've lost 1 Mameluke, so that'll be alright. Yeah, there's the 1 Mameluke. Everybody else was just wounded. We've taken Turigor, so we're going to take him prisoner. I never turned down the opportunity to take some prisoners, so let's just grab those. Did my horsey heal like I thought he might? No, he's still lamed. Weak. Well, I had heard somewhere that if you convalesce your horse for a little while, he'll feel better and he'll be on his way to horsey health, but it doesn't seem to be going that way. Let's head off towards Nara, and if we can run into Ghoulie before we get there, maybe talk to Rymusk and see if he's seen Ghoulie anywhere. He's traveling to Distar Castle. And Distar is right there, so let's go. Let's be on our way. I used to have a teacher all the time that she used to, like, you would have to go to timeout if you said whale, but you didn't say whale. Like, she wanted you to make the H sound in front, and I realized that's, like, the proper way to say it. But, like, regionally, nobody here says that. You just say whale or witch or, you know, whenever. You don't say whenever. It just sounds a little, I don't know, like, if that's the way it sounds where you come from, that's fine, but it felt like she was, like, trying to come from wherever she was regionally from, and then I know she was from somewhere in the South, maybe. I think she was from, like, Mississippi or something. Just a memory that I never forgot. My teacher getting angry at me because I said whale and not whale. I don't know. Let's talk to Ghoulie and then we'll end the episode. Lord Ghoulie, I have come. We met with Lord Ghoulie after defeating Lord Droolie. And it was truly unruly. There we go. So we've joined up with him now. I'm going to break off the episode here. And in the next episode, we're pretty much just going to follow him around and we'll see where the campaign takes us. All right, guys? Hi-do to everybody. I will see you in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and farewell.